Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Empowering Life Through an Online Business. And today we're bringing you the following topic.
Okay, our topic for today is overcoming comparison in the online world.
Yes, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by profession. I live here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm original from Cuba. I have my business online and I'm a mentor.
Hi,
Fatima?
my name is Fatima. I live in New York, Brooklyn. I have 4 kids, and I'm new. I think that's it.
Thank
Okay,
you.
hello everyone. My name is Isabel. I am originally from Mexico, now residing in North Carolina with my family. I am a digital business owner and a mentor.
Thank you, everyone. So we want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays, we do have our live webinars. If you want to learn how you can start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch our webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first one is to register to the live webinar, so that one will take you to an um, so that one will you will receive an email that and we'll have two links, and that one will take you to the first link will take you to register to the live webinar. So there you can register for either day or for both, so either Tuesdays or Thursdays, and it happens at the same time, so 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. The second link you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, what is it that you're going to find out on the webinar? On the webinar, you're going to find out how an online business plan works, and also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So if you want to catch yesterday's replay of the live webinar before next Tuesday's live webinar, here were the hosts and panelists for that day.
Okay, so if you want to learn more about our business, you can join our live webinar that we actually had a live one yesterday, and we have live webinars every Tuesday and Thursday. Our host was Jen. She's a former mortgage specialist and a realtor. We also had Janika, who is a former lawyer, and we had Karen, who is a teacher.
Fatima? Oh, I think we lost Fatima. Jesse.
Okay, so we also have Tara. He's a chef. Senate, she's a nurse. Natasha, she works in emergency telephone operator. We also have Jani, a former lawyer. Benita, a registered nurse, and Dilani, digital business owner. So all these people were last Thursday, yesterday, February 19, on a live webinar. But remember, we have live webinar every Tuesday and Thursday, always at the same time. 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And the only thing that you have to do is register with your name and email to any of our websites, and we contact you later.
Thank you, Isabel. Thank you, Jesse. So if you're catching yesterday's replay of the live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: that's Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So if you want to learn how you can start your online business, all you have to do is just register into any of the websites that appear on the screen. All right, so let's dive into our topic for today.
Our topic for today on empowering life through an online business in episode 39, we will be talking about overcoming comparison in the online world.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So, welcome back to another episode of the Empowering Life Through an Online Business. And happy and blessed Friday for those who are on Friday, and happy and blessed Saturday for those who are already enjoying the weekend. So, coming back to the topic for today, in the online world, comparison is one of the biggest silent confidence killers. Every day we see other people's highlights, wins, growth, and success. And if we are not careful, we start measuring our progress against someone else's timeline. So today, we're going to talk about how to overcome comparison and stay focused on your own journey. Yeah, we do relate to this topic today because, as a new business owner, when we start our journey, that's one of the first mistakes we do. We tend to compare to others. So that's why we're bringing this topic to you guys. So you don't do the same mistake that we did. So that's the whole point, learning before you start doing it. So you don't do the same mistakes and you can move faster that way. All right. So for that, we're going to be talking about the following points.
So to their points are point number one, social media show highlights, no full stories. Point number two, comparison and slow progress. Point number three, everyone has a different timeline. And point number four, focus on progress, not position.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's dive in with the first point. So social media shows highlights and not the full stories. So when I first stepped into the digital world, I'll be honest, it was intimidating. I saw people celebrating milestones, sharing wins, posting confident videos, talking about breakthroughs. And if you're not careful, you start thinking everyone else is ahead, or maybe I'm behind, or maybe I should already be further. But here's what I learned, both from experience and from research. According to the Royal Society for Public Health, found that over 70% of the social media users report feeling inadequate after comparing themselves to others online. And you probably wonder, okay, so why? Well, because what we see online is curated. What do we mean by that? Well, we see the milestones, we see the launch, we see the celebration, the confident moment. But what we don't see is the doubt before posting, the learning curve, they had, and the uncomfortable first attempts, for example, doing lives. The months of or years of invisible repetition, when we start our journey, we start with 0 followers. So we're like showing up, but no one is watching our content or no one is interacting with our content. And if we feel like we're invisible, but that's part of the journey, keep going and showing up. So when I began building my online business after 25 years in the film industry, my beginning didn't look glamorous. It looked like learning quietly, practicing, asking beginners questions, and making small adjustments. No one posts their confused face, the confusion piece. No one posts their 20 imperfect attempts before the one that works. So here's the message for you that you're listening to us. You're often comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, and that comparison is not fair and is not accurate. So in my journey, I had to remind myself that growth is not linear and is not public at first. So the confidence you see in others was once uncertainty. The clarity you admire was once confusion. And the results you see were built on consistency when no one uploaded. So social media shows snapshots, not the full story. So if you're building quietly, if you're learning without visible applause, or if you're progressing without dramatic announcements, you're not behind. You're in the part that actually builds the substance. And the substance lasts longer than highlight moments ever will. So that's the message for this point. And now let's dive into the second point.
All right, so our second point is comparison, slow progress. Why are we saying this? Why this is important to know? So a study from Stanford University found that individuals who frequently compare themselves to others experience lower motivation and reduced productivity. And this is really true. When we focus on someone else's progress, we shift energy away from our own actions, okay? Comparison can distract us. actions build. So the only progress that truly matter is the progress from who you were yesterday, the progress that you are today. And this is really important, um, for my experience, I did this a lot. I learned that it's not a good thing to do, but I did this a lot. Why? Because I don't know. Maybe it's just because where I'm from, we like making sure that we're equal like the other ones, because uh, um, we all we all want everything, we all want what are we seeing from others, but we don't see that quiet moment. So we start comparing ourselves, but we don't see that maybe that person he already passed for what you're going through right now. So we feel motivated. Yes, it's good to see the story, you feel motivated, but we don't see the progress behind. You don't see what that person's or that successful person did behind doors. We see the results, we see the lifestyles, and then you start questioning yourself. Oh, but in 2 months, on in 6 years, on 5 years, they accomplished that, but you don't know how the life were, and then you're comparing to yourself. Oh, I've been here, or I'm trying this forever, and nothing is happening to us. When we do that, we shrink our energy, because now we're seeing the lacking, we're not seeing the progress. I know what it feels, scrolling on social media and seeing this doesn't work, or like, or like, oh my gosh, they did this in 3 months, or they contact 5 or 10 person in one day. I will not be able never to do this, so I stop comparing myself to others, on the bad or in the good way. Sometimes it's good to have a little bit of comparison, but not on the way they are going to diminish myself, not on the way they're going to put myself down. It's just on the way, oh my gosh, if she did it or he did it, I can do it too. So that's the shift that we have to look into it, because we don't see what that person struggles, what person's doubts. We just see the highlights that we all see, we didn't see the self-doubts, as Sandy was saying before, so we have to focus on ourselves, to improving our skills, to improving our worth, and keep confidence to keep going on, over and over. So if you're building something, you want to start your online business, or you want to start something different, yes, it's good to see where are the people, but believe on your path, believe on yourself. You are not late, it's your progress. We all have our own pace, our own path, but we will talk about that later. But believe in yourself, you have, give yourself a grace and peace that allow you to grow. It's going to be hard times, difficult times, but you're going to grow. So don't compare yourself. When you see yourself comparing, just make sure that you are comparing on the good way. Okay, she did it, and I can do it too. Looking in a way that how can I do it better, or how can I improve better. That's the way we have to look at that comparison in progress, instead of saying, oh my gosh, she did it in 2 months, or she did it in a year or 2 years, and I'm trying to change career, or I'm trying to do something for like 5 years and nothing happening for me. So I start shifting that mindset, and start seeing that progress in yourself. Maybe you don't see it, but maybe you're much, much better than 2 years ago or 1 year ago. So yes, that's what I have to say. It is a little bit point.
Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, so Jesse talk about comparison as slow progress, and yeah, just like Jesse talk about it. The when you tend to compare to other people, you're kind of putting yourself down, because you're seeing the progress. But like Jesse mentioned, if you shift your mindset, instead of looking in a positive way, like an inspiration, like, oh wow, if she's able to do it, so can I. So if you look at it that way, that it's good, and that motivates you to keep going, instead of putting yourself down. All right, so let's move on to the third point.
Okay. Everyone has a different timeline. There was a season in my life when I felt behind, behind in opportunities, behind in visibility, and behind in results. I would look around and see people moving faster, achieving sooner, and advancing quicker. And I quietly questioned whether I had missed my moment. But here's what I've learned: it's no universal clock for growth. You know, we don't have the same journey, we don't have the same results. And according to the World Economic Forum, skill development and professional growth vary widely based on experience, environment, access to resources, and opportunity. So that means timelines are not standardized, they're shaped by context. So not everyone starts at the same place, and not everyone has the same support system. Not everyone has the same responsibilities, risk, or life seasons. And here's where some people start with confidence, others start with courage. And courage is often more powerful. In my journey, I realized that what I felt like delay was actually development. While I thought I was behind, I was building resilience. And while I thought I was late, I was building depth. So while I thought others were ahead, I was building strength. And those seasons when everything seems quiet, when we don't see that much growth, when we don't see the results, those are the moments where you're growing. Growing is not a race, it's a progress of becoming. So when you compare timeline, you only see speed. When you honor your timeline, you see transformation. And many of us, we can see, like, from when we started with no experience, with self-doubt, we can see the transformation that we had since we started. And that's also a win, and we don't have to compare to those that have been doing this for so many years. So your experiences have shaped you uniquely, your challenges have prepared you specifically, and your peace is connected to your path. And sometimes the slower build creates a stronger foundation. So the goal is not to arrive first, the goal is to arrive prepared.
Thank you, Isabel. Yeah, so Isabel just talked about everyone has a different timeline. Yeah, and that's something that, like Isabel mentioned, many times, we don't see what the person brings into their journey. Sometimes a person, might start, without confidence in themselves, but suddenly, they start building that confidence and they push forward, because they change their mindset. Other people might bring some experience, and that's why, they move a little bit ahead. So everyone's journey is different. So we shouldn't compare to someone else's journey, because um, everyone's brings something, or everyone's change along the way, and that change is what makes the difference, into moving on that timeline. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter uh, where you're standing in that timeline, because everyone's arrived to the timeline. So the goal here is to, like Isabel was saying, build the foundation. Okay, and once you build that foundation, you're gonna be able to move faster, and then you're gonna be able to cross that line that we are. We're just analogy, just to saying, like the goal that we want to achieve, cross that line. So everyone is gonna arrive to that line. Don't doesn't matter, you know think it as a marathon. Everyone started at the same, but everyone ends up a different time. But at the end of the day, everyone's arrived at the crossing line. Okay, so now let's move on to the last point.
Oh, hi. So here we're going to focus on progress, not position. In a world where social media constantly so highlight reels, it's easy to feel like you are behind. You scroll and see someone launching, earning, growing, traveling, winning, like sometimes I do, and suddenly your own journey feels small. But there is something powerful to remember here. Research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology so that individuals who measure success based on personal progress rather than comparison experience higher, longer term satisfaction. But there is something powerful to remember. Uh, that means that means fulfillment doesn't come from being ahead of someone else. It's come from becoming better than who you were yesterday. So instead of asking, "Am I ahead of them?" ask yourself, "Am I ahead of where I used to be?" Rather, you know, did you pray more consistently this week? Did you show up for your goals even when you felt tired? Did you learn something new about your business today? Ask yourself these questions. Did you show courage behind instead of comfort? That is progress. So progress is quiet. Progress is often unseen. Progress is built in small and faithful steps repeatedly daily. So that's what I do with this business. That's what I do every day. And here is this truth. Many people don't talk about. Progress builds confidence because you witness your own growth. Like if I look at myself when I started and I look at myself today, I always write on Facebook say I'm happy the woman I became. So progress builds confidence because you witness your growth. Comparison builds doubt because you measure your behind the scenes against someone else highlight reels. You know, so your timeline is not late. Your place is not wrong. Your story is not meant to look like anyone else. You know, so God created journeys, not competitions. So today, celebrate your small wins, honor your consistency, give yourself credit for continuing, especially on the day it felt hard. Because one day, the life you are slowly building will become the evidence of everyday small step you refuse to quit on. Your only assignment today is grow forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima. So Fatima just talk about focus on progress and not position. I'm kind of touch a little bit on the previous point about building that foundation. So and enjoying the journey. Enjoying the journey like Fatima just mentioned. She's proud of who she has become today. If she compares to herself to the beginning to what she has achieved. Up to now, and that's part of building that foundation, building those skills, building that confidence, building that mindset, that allow and enjoying the journey along the way, because we really have to enjoy our journey. So that's for that point. So now let's find out what is our key takeaway for this topic.
Yeah, like comparison is natural, but it does not have to control your mindset. Stay focused on your growth, your space, and your purpose. Your journey is yours for a reason. Take it.
Yes, so that's our key takeaway for this topic. And what is our message for the audience?
Yeah, if you're ready to shift from comparison to growth, comment focus below and commit to tracking your own progress this week. So we'll be waiting for your comments.
Yes, so that's the end of our live. So we hope so that you learned something today about overcoming comparison in the online world. So we share our journey, our experiences, and we gave you tips, so you don't do the same mistakes that we did, and that way you can move faster and enjoy your journey and enjoy the process and start building those foundations for your journey. So if you have any other tips, we'll be happy to read your comments. So you can put it in the comments, and we'll love to read it. Um, and if you want to learn, how you can start your online business and start earning online and creating that plan B or that extra side of income. At the same time, having some self-development on yourself, learning new skills, working on your mindset and all that. Here are 3 ways that you can get in touch with us. So you can put in the comments more info. You can send us a private message, or you can register directly into our websites that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch our free webinars. So we do have free webinars every Tuesdays and Thursdays at the same time, so 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So once you register into our website, you receive an email that will contain 2 links. One is to register to the webinar, so that one you can pick either day or both. And the second link is the replay of the live webinar, just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. We also want to say thank you to Lima J, Leader Quavo Danger, and Aliyah Khan for your heart emojis and your like emojis, and for watching the live with us today. Now, let's find out what is our topic for next Friday.
All right, so connect with us next Friday, and we will be talking in episode 40. We'll be talking about faith, driving decision in business and life.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking next Friday. So don't miss it, because clarity and confidence come from value and not comparison. So stay tuned for that for next Friday. So that's it for today. So thank you everyone again for being here with us today. We want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Friday for those on Friday, and a happy and blessed Saturday for those on Saturday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So thank you again, and we'll see you again until the next episode of the Empowering Lives Through an Online Business. Thank you everyone. God bless you all, and thank you for watching.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.